soon as you finish cleaning that up, why don't you start unloading those reinforcements?
Sure.
All right. Hey, what are you guys doing back so soon? I thought you went over to see the engineer.
He's vacationing in Florida.
What, nobody else could cover? What about the
He
architect?
pulled out the plans and started quoting me stress levels. Have you made the measurements again?
I'll get to it.
Yeah? Now!
Easy, Gil.
The framework couldn't have shifted that much in a
It
couple
shouldn't
hours.
have shifted that much in 50 years!
All right. All right. I'll look again. I'll call you when I find out.
I'm staying here.
Just to keep an eye on
You
things.
stay out of this, Davidson. I don't want you.
I don't care what you want. If this thing doesn't hold up, it might be your fault, but it comes down on my head.
Well, we're a little late this morning, aren't we?
Yeah, bad habit I developed from my roommate.
Not much longer. You wouldn't believe what happened at the house auction.
Nancy, I really don't want to hear about it right now.
Well, excuse me for living.
We have more important things to talk about.
Oh, let me guess. The dirty dishes we left in the sink at home.
No. Either you put the original soil analysis reports back into Prescott Development's office files tonight, or you're out of a job.
All right. Where'd you cut the corners?
We didn't cut any corners, Gil. Everything's been built to spec.
Where'd you get the concrete for the foundation?
Prices.
Did you check it?
Yeah. It's the same mix we used at Golling's restaurant and over on the docks at Bayview.
What about the ribbons?
Now you're being ridiculous.
So, what'd you use?
Standard thread, shank, heat seal. What do you think we used?
For all I know, double stick tape.
Father had confidence in me.
Yeah, when you're on the wagon.
Every man on this site knows I've been on the wagon for over a year.
Yeah, well, maybe you fell off while nobody was looking.
Prescott, you can walk this site from end to end, dawn to dusk, foundation to crane, and you won't find one construction flaw. It's solid, I tell you.
Yeah? So's a leaning tower of Pisa, but I want my building straight!
Gil, get a hold of yourself.
Not now, Peter.
Hey, you have no proof that Dom is responsible for any of this. Now, you're just taking out your frustrations on him.
Would you rather I took it out on you?
Well, at least if you did, I am in no position to take it out on anybody else. Now, yelling at Dom just spreads it right through the ranks.
That doesn't bother me in the slightest. At least that way they'll keep on their toes. And they'll be looking over their shoulder. And maybe we can get to the bottom of this.
Forged report is still in Gil's files, and he's going to come right back here as soon as the cards start falling.
Vicky, I did not say I wasn't going to switch them, did I?
You will do it now, Nancy. When Gil comes back to his office, he has got to find the negative evaluation instead of the phony one we put there.
Yes, I know. So it looks like he built against the recommendation, right? I know that. It was my idea.
And you're going to carry it through?
Just relax, Vicky. You're so tense all the time. I can't believe how you just...
Yeah, but you're going to do it tonight, right?
Yeah, sure.
Well, don't get caught.
Well, if I do, I'll just say that you sent me. Hey, guess what happened to me today? I sold the house for $90,000. That's $5,000 more than I expected.
Maybe you can use the money for bail.
What I'm going to use it for is to invest. Oh, in fact, that reminds me, I'm supposed to call up Dan Myers and confirm my appointment with him. Don't worry, Vicky, when I'm done, I'll be able to buy the Canterbury office complex.
What are you doing out here without a helmet on?
I give up. What am I doing out here without a helmet on?
Here, take this one. Just another proof that the guys are goofing off.
Great. Let's get out of here. I don't really want to wear this thing.
I can't leave. How'd you find me?
Your office. I waited there for 10 minutes. Your secretary came back, told me you were here.
What do you want?
We have a lunch date, remember? What's wrong?
I can't leave. Our measurements are off. The building is shifting and nobody knows why. Don't tell anybody.
Hate to break it to you, Gil, but the models back at the agency could care less.
Yeah, but that hotshot reporter sister of yours, if she found out about this, I could lose all my investors.
Don't be ridiculous. You know where Stacy and I stand.
I'm not being ridiculous. I'm being protective. Self-protective.
Never seen you like this.
Should have been here a few minutes ago. Hey! Where you two going?
Lunch.
I haven't heard a whistle yet.
We're waiting for reinforcements.
So? Go help Frank on cleanup or something until it gets here.
I think you better wear the helmet. Hey, why don't we go toast in the afternoon, Greenbrier? You need a break, and I'm only gonna ask once.
Hey, Pete. Hold down the fort for me, will you?
Sure. Hi, Amber. You guys going to lunch?
Yeah. Don't take any guff off the guys. I have to go talk to Dom for just a minute. Meet me at my car, okay?
Fine. Peter.
Yeah?
Is this, structure thing serious?
We can't tell. Could be serious. Very serious.
So, now that you've tracked me down, do you have something to tell me?
You're not going to give me any slack, are you?
Lori, I have been spending my nights in a hotel room, watching a fuzzy television and making at least 3 trips each evening to the soda machine. You want me to go on?
You have every right to.
Fine. The mattress is too soft. Not that I can sleep anyway. And the last tenant before me was kind enough to leave 3 adult magazines in the bureau. As if that temptation wasn't already on my mind.
Well, they usually have a Bible in there, too.
Yeah. Thank God for the Guineans for placing it there. I run to it a lot lately.
I've missed you, Ben. Look, maybe I better just say what I wanted to say.
Maybe.
I've had a lot of time to sort things out. And then, something that happened today that,
That what, Lori?
Well, I went looking for you at the clinic and you weren't there. But there was someone there that I needed to see even more than you.
Who was that?
Mrs. Thompson. She was the lady that Dave brought in that had a miscarriage.
Yes. Go on.
I don't want to lose this baby.
Well, I am very glad to hear that. But it's not the breakthrough I've been waiting for.
Well, there's more. I believe you now, Ben. I believe you and Mom. I wasn't raped. Starting today, I'm going to take care of this baby because I know he's our child.
Lori, I don't want to be cruel. But that's not enough. I've seen you go back and forth on this thing for months now.
Okay, look, if you want me to make promises, I can make...
No promises. We made one promise the day we were married. You see, Lori, when I went into our marriage, I tried to prepare myself for everything. I mean, I knew you could be stubborn, moody.
And you were all those things before all this other nonsense happened.
And you dealt with it, I know that.
But the one thing I couldn't deal with, the thing that caught me flat-footed, the thing that I haven't yet recovered from, is your irrationality. Now, please don't think I want to hurt you or that I'm not man enough to accept an apology at face value. I just want to know why. It was all so absurd.
I've thought about that, and I think I can explain.
I'll listen.
I know, and I just don't want to cry. I know that much, because I know if I do, you'll come over here and you'll hold me. And we'll pretend like everything's over and it's past, when it's not until we get this talked out. Right?
Right.
Ben, there's a part of me I've never felt really clean inside. All I can say is that all my life, people have seen this purity in me that I never really knew. And I know that when I asked the Lord into my life that He cleansed me, and I really did feel that way for a while. But then the feeling just faded until you came into my life. And then I felt right again. Like I deserved that wedding gown. Because your love proved that to me.
You've never told me any of these things.
Well, Ben, they've been secrets even to myself until I was attacked.
Which reinforced everything negative you'd felt about yourself.
Yeah, it was like, this door had just flung open and my ugliness, my secret, that I thought I could starve to death by ignoring it, it showed up to be very much alive. And I didn't want to hear about God's forgiveness or God's protection. I didn't want to hear about your love or Mom's love. I just wanted to lose my faith and accept what I felt once and for all.
That you deserved what happened to you.
Yeah, and that I could atone what I was by having another man's child. But then Miriam started talking about Blue Nobles, how he was this sensitive, helpless person. And I thought, oh no, if I'm going to purge myself, it's going to be by no less than a vile, degenerate man.
Or you have been purged by a sinless, perfect God.
Yeah, I know that. But sometimes God's goodness just, it hurts too much. And I can't accept it. But I'm going to learn. And I'm going to learn how to love more deeply. The second greatest thing that was ever given to me. You.
Why don't we change the subject? You obviously can't solve anything here.
Am I boring you?
Gil, we haven't stopped talking about this since we left the site. Besides, I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, what's a 5-inch lean in a foundation for a 10-story building?
Well, you put a couple of 100 pounds of steel and concrete on there, and you'll find out.
My mistake. It's the end of the world.
So you like it better when we just have a little romantic dinner and then home into bed, right?
I wasn't thinking that.
Amber, what a surprise.
Mother, what are you doing here?
I'm meeting Lee in 15 minutes for lunch. Hello, Gil.
Mrs. Phillips?
Well, pull up a seat.
No, you can sit right here.
Oh, wait a minute. I feel I've interrupted something.
No, that's all right. You'll probably be better company than I am anyway.
You drove separately?
No, my car's at the Canterbury. You forgot.
What, do you want me to get him?
No. I'll have someone drive me over there. I'll walk over to the studios.
A little, argument?
I refuse to get angry about this, and I refuse even to think about it.
Well, I won't pursue that, because I have some very happy news.
You found a place.
A house. And this time it's legal. I have a 1-year lease in my purse.
So long, roommate.
Too bad Gil left. I'm sure he would have appreciated knowing that I won't be around to chaperone you two.
That is the last thing on his mind right now. Believe me.
Well, Mr. Myers.
Dan, please.
Dan, when my house finally sells, then I stand to gain $90,000.
Well, I can certainly do a lot for you with 90 grand.
Well, actually, it's not all mine because half of it goes to my sister, you see.
Ah.
And then half of what remains goes to paying some outstanding debts.
I see.
But when it's all settled, I'll have like $20,000 to invest.
Well, it's certainly not 90,000, but it's still a tidy little sum, wouldn't you say?
Well, it's all that I have. And the only reason that I'm here, Dan, is that Fred just recommended you so highly. He just swears by you.
Yes, well, success is your best advertisement, and Fred's made a killing on the food commodity options I advised.
And you'll be able to do that for me, too?
We can never tell in this business. Let me ask you something, Miss Lawson. What are your goals in life?
But, excuse me?
Well, your goals, your drives, your raison d'etre.
Well, to make a lot of money, to be financially free, and to make good investments.
Uh-huh. Good, good. I'm sensing a pattern here. Now, is Miss Lawson a lady who takes risks?
Yeah.
Big risks?
Well, sometimes.
$20,000 risks?
Within reason, of course.
Real estate. That's what you want.
But doesn't real estate take a while to realize a profit?
Not if it's a real estate limited partnership, set up by some syndicators who have inside information.
Inside information to enable me to make a killing?
Well, without going into any of the details, I'm looking for investors in just that kind of partnership. Now, you understand, I can't guarantee you anything, but I'd say that you could end up in an enviable position in a very short time.
How enviable.
Well, you could sell your unit of investment at, say, about 3 or 4 times the original outlay, if things fall in place.
Really?
Here, read this over.
Real Estate Limited Partnerships, Inc.
There is a catch.
Let me guess. You've heard about me?
Oh, no. Well, actually, I have, but I'm happily married. No, but this particular effort would require a minimum investment of $25,000.
Oh, my diamonds. I have jewelry I can sell.
Well, if you like, I could help you convert that to cash.
Oh, that's great, Dan. I can't tell you how excited I am for this moment where I could finally be financially free.
Did you talk to Lee Carruthers?
Yeah, did. Oh, and thanks for arranging that meeting, too.
No problem. Mom and Lee are friends.
Hey, Stacy, tell me something. What do you think of Lee Carruthers anyway? I mean, as a political candidate.
Well, I'm afraid I can't be objective about the man. I'm too close to the situation.
Oh, so you only see him as a barrier between Kate and Dave, huh?
Bingo. I don't know what she sees in him anyway.
Oh, now, come on, Stacy. I remember once in a poll at this newspaper, Dave, that stating him to be Kingsley's most eligible bachelor.
Right, because he's a single good-looking politician. Mom should be able to see past all that.
Well, I'm certainly happy that I'm doing the story on the campaign and not you.
Well, there's not much chance of that happening. Gene, did you hear the latest story that McGovern assigned me?
No, I'm afraid to ask.
Well, they caught this lady at the SPCA selling cats to a pet shop franchise on the side.
Oh, that sounds like a promising assignment. Do you have a title for that, Stacy?
Sure. I was a black market kitten. Tell me, can a reporter sue her editor for negligence?
Ooh.
Hear the word editor.
Oh, Walter, only spoken in the greatest of reverence.
Just keep it up, Gene. Too much for you covering the Weaver story and the campaign at the same time?
No, no problem. No problem. Besides, the campaign just started.
Good, good. Stacy, I've got a new story for you. That animal story is going to have to wait for a while.
Gee, are you sure it can?
For now. I want you to do a feature story on the Canterbury office complex. You know that place is going to change the whole economy of that area as soon as it opens.
You know, Gil Prescott's heading that up, isn't he?
Right. How'd you know?
Well, Stacy has her finger on the pulse of the community, you know.
Or her eye on Gil Prescott. You know, he came in second place in our most eligible bachelor poll once.
I'm sorry I complained about the kitten story.
A lot of women would crawl a long mile to be with Gil Prescott.
When I'm with Gil Prescott, the only thing that crawls is my flesh.
So do the story on the project and not him.
Oh, yeah, an office complex. Wow, what a scoop.
Wait, now listen, I learned a long time ago that dull assignments can be, you know, brought to life if you can just find the right angle.
What could possibly happen at the Canterbury complex that would make for a good story?